This is 4x4 shop with an installation of a OEM integration backup camera and navigation unit on a 2015 BMW 3 Series. Now what you're going to do in the first stage of your installation is the dash panel and radio removal. So you will start at the far right hand side of the actual dash trim with air conditioning vents. You will use a panel popping tool and gently pry out the top of the unit until the whole thing is released. You will firmly pull forward, isolate your plugs, and remove the plugs for the door lock and the hazard lights. Once that is removed, you will come to the bottom of the radio, where you will again use your panel popping tool and pry out the bottom panel. Now that you will just remove the one light clip and you will put it to the side. Then you will have 4 torque screws to remove. Then you will pull radio facade forward to reveal one plug, and then you will put it to the side. Then the radio has 2 torque screws, and also if you look under the monitor, it has 2 torque screws. Now you can take a look and see the difference of the screens. This is the original OEM screen, which is about a 5.5 inch screen, and this is the new replacement screen, which is a 10.2 inch full LCD, full color gambit spectrum monitor. Now, this is 4x4 shop with a continuation of a 2015 BMW 3 Series removal and installation. Now you will remove the 2 torque screws from the radio and the 2 torque screws from the monitor. Now you will slide the radio head unit forward. Now take into consideration that you don't want to scratch or damage the interior panels. You will take a cloth, place over your shifter, just in case the radio does dip and ends up scratching your shifter. You will remove all existing harnesses. You will put radio to side. Now, this vehicle does not come equipped with the amplifier harness, but if yours does come equipped with the optical wire, which is a green and black plug, you will remove that plug to go into the far end of the other T-harness supplied. This is the supplied T-harness. You will take your female end and I insert it into the male end of the harness. Now, if your vehicle is equipped with the optical wire, you will insert that pin here. Otherwise, you will not get any sound from the unit. So you will remove it from that pin here and insert it to the first pin at the top. That is only for vehicles equipped with the optical interface wire. This is 4x4shop.ca with an installation of a BMW 3 Series 2015 OEM interface navigation and backup camera unit. Now, we're going to go back to the original screen. When the original screen is removed, you will take note that the two screws are taken out, then it slides up. So don't pull it forward because you could end up damaging the brackets or the clips. So the screen will be slid up, then taken out of the car. And installation will be the exact same. Now, with the supplied T-harness, you're going to route your wires neatly up behind the plastic facade into the opening of where the original OEM screen is. Now, this is your video plug from the OEM screen. That will plug into this input here on the new replacement screen. Your GPS antenna will go here on this plug on the replacement screen, and then your main wiring harness, your USB adapter harness, and your DVR adapter supplied harness, which is an optional accessory that will allow you to get the functionality of front-facing video recording for accident purposes or just for enjoyment. Now, you will route the main harness up inside the dash. You will take into consideration that you do not block any of your air conditioning vent openings. Your GPS antenna will be mounted at the side and then into the side panel here using a hanger or a metal pipe. You will route it into the dash. Your USB will be installed in your glove box. Now, this vehicle came with an unused opening, so we used that opening for the USB adapters. Now we will continue with the installation of the aftermarket unit. So, GPS adapter. Make sure to also give yourself a little bit of slack, because you will need that slack to adjust the wires. Now, the camera wire from the main harness has a red wire which says camera 12 volts. That will be the only power wire you will need for the installation for the camera, and that's an optional if you do decide to add the backup camera. Now, we always tape up the RCA ends just in case of when you're pushing in the unit in the dash, it doesn't come apart easily. Make sure all plugs are securely clipped in to unit before assembling and screwing in, mounting into dash. Now, you will have given yourself that extra wire, so when you are adjusting, the wires are not too tight. Now, you will just slide the unit down over the original clips and just rock it into place. Remember to keep all vent holes free, because you do not want to clip the wires when you're installing them back into the vehicle. Also, on your main aftermarket harness, there is a 2.5 millimeter RCA jack input. That is for certain vehicles that the audio does not play through the CAN bus harness. Now, if you install the unit and you are not getting any audio, you will try to run your audio input wire down the panel, aside the moldings, and then into your armrest. Now, at the base of your armrest, there is already factory-made holes, so you do not need to do any drilling. Then you can just route the headphones jack input into your auxiliary. That will give you the audio if you are not getting the audio from the unit when you complete your installation. But we will continue now. So first, you're going to install back your radio. Make sure that the clip is loose and slid back just as installation. Make sure all plugs are clipped in tightly, and then reinstall all factory plugs. Make sure to note orientation of factory plugs. The plugs are also color coordinated, but there is a slight chance that certain colors are a little bit similar to one another. So you have some that are white and some that are beige or half white. Now, every radio is different, so if your back radio does not have as many plugs, that is not an issue, because BMW does have many different models that fit the same vehicle type based off of what the customer requested on purchase.